Good evening guys, it's 5:13 p.m. Today is Wednesday, September 27, right? So where is my okay, so stay neutral today, neutral today, and look at the price action today. Even though it looks like a trend down day, but it reversed, right? Ultimately the day end up as a neutral. See? So now as long as the price is above preferred buyers area in ES and backup buyers area in NQ, stick with levels, and so stay neutral, right? So basically the entire sentence is above preferred buyers area in ES you are neutral, you can do both longs and short, and above backup buyers area in NQ you can do both also. Okay, stick with levels, and we are open for both sides of the trading today. You may see some longs working out nicely today and exhaustion based shorts as well. Levels are important, right? So dream number as usual, very important, 747, 767, right? So let's go here, right? So these are the dream numbers, 67, 47. So our morning trades were off the dream numbers. Okay, and then you can see it closing also came into dream number, right? And then this highlighted area is a higher time frame level, monthly levels. This is also monthly levels, and you can see the power of monthly levels. See that was also our backup buyer area. This was also backup buyers area. See, monthly levels, backup buyers area, and that's the power, right? But okay, so now there is no but. Above preferred buyers area, stay neutral, right? So above 4305, which is this area, above this, neutral, you can do shorts and long. Above backup buyers area, so NQ was little bit lower, right? Way lower. So up to here you can do both shorts, long, say longs, shorts, you can do both. Below backup buyers area you can short, but by that time it was like exhausted here, right, into monthly levels. So longs you can take it. Okay, so that's a general overview of pre-market notes. Now label levels, right? So these are the levels, label levels. Super aggressive buyers, this is the line. Aggressive buyers, this is the area. Preferred buyers, this is the area. Backup buyer, this is the area, right? So now you trade labels, right? And level to level trading, basically label trading, and you are allowed to do both. That means you can short here because price went through it, short here, target here, price went through this, you can short here if it touches here, or maybe here. You can go long here. Nope, you cannot go long here. Why? Because it's below preferred buyers area. That means you are not neutral anymore, you are short sided. That means your bias is short now. Getting it to here, then here you can buy. Okay, so now let's talk about morning, right? So morning price open, gap up. Okay, so and then 26 is the level. I said watch it. Okay, then price came down to this 22-20 area. So initially it bounced from 25, or so I think here 24, right? So I actually got this long also because of NQ, so because NQ came to 747. So in Discord I said watch 740 to 750 level. At 9 o'clock in Discord, 9:15, I said look for longs or watch 740 to 750 area, 755. That 15-point area, make a zone. So this is the zone I made it, and they did the same thing in Discord, all the members. Then I said look for longs or watch out this area. Most likely price will come there, and ES watch out 24, 22 or 20 area. Okay, so ES did not come to 24 exactly, but NQ did here. So I pressed the button in both of them to go long. Okay, then I said I also told them to draw a line at 778 early in the morning before around 8:30 or so. So this was 778 line. Okay, so and then we were watching it, these things closely. We are the moment price came down here right of the open, I pressed the button at 752, right here, and then price went higher, like 778 above it, here 782 or 3 or 4, here I built out. So that was my morning trade. I was done trading actually, so from here to here, first 1 minute, or 2 minute, I got my profit. It was 30-40 point move. ES at the same time I built out at 30.5, because I built out an entry in exit in NQ. So ES same time. ES was the reason I took it, because of NQ, right? But my original area was 2022. Then later on, once we built out, price ES came down to 2022. That's where I put the long in ES, because it was a bullish disconnect. Price was filling the gap, internals were up, bullish disconnect, that was the long. NQ, again, see, at that point I didn't do anything in NQ. Okay, I only took the long in ES, because NQ I already played this game and I don't like NQ when it comes down. So basically I don't like it, the idea when NQ came up here where I built out, and then it came down and closed below this 778. That's why I didn't touch NQ afterwards. But I took ES long, because that was the original level I was looking for long. So I took the long in ES, and then I said I'm not going to touch NQ, because NQ I already played it. But as long as NQ is holding above this zone, I will hold my ES, but I will manage ES based off NQ and ES both. So then ES went higher all the way up to here, went above 26. We were watching it. I said it has to go above 26, NQ has to break out here above 778, and then it will go up to this area or this area. So NQ did that. ES did not do enough. It went above, close above 26. So we were holding it. It went up but did not make a new high. NQ made a new high. There's a divergence right there. See that? There is a divergence. Now the problem was you have to bail out, because that's a divergence, But so that's where I made a mistake. So I acknowledged the mistake and I said, you know what? I was driven by internals at that point. Look at AD. Look at internals, look at momentum. See that plus 600 multiple times? So this could have been a trend day up actually, So I got carried over by internals and I held this trade. Instead of bailing out, I held this trade. NQ came up here and came down close below this high. This was not a good sign. With the divergence and NQ coming down this way, it was not a good sign, but it's a warning sign. If it goes back below 778 again, that's definitely a get out thing. By the time ES was at 26, that was the time I should have bailed out this trade, but just I was so much into internals at that point, and NQ did like 2 breakouts. I ignored the fact that it has a failed breakout here. Knowing that it's a failed breakout, or I just got carried over by this. So I actually, I discussed this thing in Discord also. That was a mistake. So the mistake was not bailing out here. Second mistake was, now it was a calculated mistake though, but at the end it's a mistake, So I held it. Then price went down, right? So instead of bailing out at that point, I decided to add more at 16, because I was still too much into internals, and the level was good. 20, I love my 20s. So the idea was, see, now this is not a mistake, okay? Mistake was here not bailing out. Whatever happened after that, it was a calculated trading. So the way it works is, it worked, but anyway I should not have done that. to begin with, then I don't have to do all these things. Okay, the exit supposed to be here, right here. Okay, because of NQ field breakout thing. Okay, since I didn't do it, I came down fast, came here. Right now the question was, I was watching internals, momentum was holding nicely, everything was good, and so at that time price came down here 16. So this is a bold area, aggressive buyers area, right? So I had idea that price may come all the way up to here, but then all these were bold levels. So 16 or 11, 12, 13 basically, those were the area I was only expecting price to come all the way up to there, not below to here. Okay, and NQ all the way up to 7 or 8, it can come, but then break below this, it's a risk that it can run down. Okay, so I was not in NQ trading anyway, so I was only observing ES at that point. So at 16 I added one more contract. So here let's say I'm holding one contract, here one more contract, and 13, when it touched 13, right, it was the 1010. Where is the 1010? NQ was touching this 708. Perfect, right? So that was a preferred buyers area also, correct? So then I added one more here. That's it. Now the idea was, since internals were up, see there is no momentum to the downside, AD was still very positive, plus 1000, right? So it would be very, very difficult for a price to just go continuously down, going through all these bold levels and go down and tank without a pullback back to this balance, where basically this 26 or 22, so that was the calculated risk I was taking, that it will pull back the way, because this is based on my past experience anyway. I've been doing this thing from 15 years now, right? So but anyway, that is not the excuse though, by the way. But then it bounced, right? I see at that point it was do or die right here. See, I'm showing you only this picture here. Okay, so at least that way you will know, because you cannot see the future price action, right, while you are trading in real time. So now look at this. It did all these things, it balanced it, it break down, and it bounced all the way, going through this breakdown and up here, right? See, at this point, look at momentum. See, very good. Look at internals, still good, plus 1400. Look at NQ situation from here all the way up to here, right? So at this point, it's a do or die. It has to go higher. Simple. This thing has to go higher. Possibly it's a reversal of this down move, correct? But that's where I did not make a mistake. Remember, it's a calculated risk. I used the word. The whole idea was, at one point, since, see, now I'm making a little bit complicated here. Okay, based on this move, it seems it wants to reverse and go all the way up. Okay, in both of them, correct? But now I should not get carried away. See, the first time I got carried away with this internals, right? That's the whole idea. I held this trade and then added this too, correct? Now price is going into my favor. I should do what? Hold the trade, right? No, wrong. The whole idea was, I got proven wrong to begin with, right here, right? Whatever happened after this, this was just whoever got stuck here, for them to bail out. You have to be smart enough to pick that idea. Now you don't have to get carried away. Now it's the time you bail out. So I bailed out with profit, 3-point profit per contract. So 9 point or 10 point roughly. My average price was 17 or so. So 26, 25, I built out right here. Okay. Now the idea was, ideally, based on internals, it should go higher. Fine. If it goes higher, I'm good to go long again. But if it fails and go down. That's where I know this was a trap. Okay, now watch. It pulled back. It pulled back to dream number. It got rejection from dream number. Pull back here. People bought it here. So looking at this move, see internals. People bought it here also. Correct. Then you draw a line here. Okay. I already have a line here, right? Dream number. So I don't have to draw a line here. So this is a 17 or 18 area. Okay. Now then price went higher. Price went higher. At this point, it should take out this high and go crazily higher. Okay. And here also same thing. Correct. Now look very closely here. What happened? At this point, I knew that price is not going to go higher. Why? It was a divergence. See here, NQ made a high. ES did not make a high. Again divergence. Here there was a divergence. Here again divergence. Right? So it's an index divergence. At this point, I knew if NQ goes back below this 762 or this 747 again, most likely it will tank. ES, if it goes below this, it will tank. Okay, now watch. See here, went below this, slight up, tank. That was a short if you want to take it. You know, see, I stopped trading right here. You know? So I didn't take it because I was anyway done, and at that point here I also said that day is screwed up. Screwed up days I usually don't trade much. You know. So now look here. Went through this, correct? Then all the way up to here, right? Again people will buy it, you know. So there is nothing wrong here because now the day is screwed up. You can do both ways, you know. So here, you know, at here at 722 or I think it's 724, I bought it, you know, and then I built out here 745 right here, because I knew this area will act as a resistance. So price poked higher. In a smaller time frame you will see, hey man, it's going higher, but it was not. So bail out here and then story is done. Okay, then ES, right? So ES, if you shorted here, you take profit here at yesterday's low. Okay, now the question was, you cannot do anything here until you cannot short here until price goes down, take out this low, then you can short, or you can wait and then use this area as a short area, okay, later on. So but you have to watch both of them together. Okay, so here you take a short, right, and then price went down and ES came to this area, so you bail out in ES if you shorted it. If you did not do anything, then it's fine, right, here also. So then what? Then you observe, because now ES was into preferred buyers area at 11 o'clock, right? Below that you favor sellers, correct? So technically price can still bounce from here, but now you are not doing anything here. Okay, so then price bounced back up to aggressive buyers area and it turned this area into sellers area, right? But now there is no short. Now you cannot do ping pong. Day is screwed up, you have to wait. Then NQ went up again one more time here, right? So there is no trade ideally, correct? But if you look at very closely, let's say you are still want to trade and you are trading it, you know, you're observing it. Look here, same pattern. NQ, higher, higher, high. ES, no higher high. Divergence, same pattern, 1, 2, third time. Price goes lower, you short. Goes lower, you short. See? Then price went down, took out this low. Now at this point, you know already, most likely price will fall into this area. That is where they are going. Okay, so and then what was the time? 11:48. See, by the time momentum was now to the downside. See that? That was a sign, right? So 11:48, you can see ES was right here. See, broke below yesterday's low. So and NQ was actually trading above it, right? So most likely NQ will come there. You know, this is the area they're shooting after, and this is the area they're going after. Okay, which is our backup buyers area. So now when ES pull back here, so if you are trading, this is your short. Yesterday's low, morning balance, broke down after multiple efforts. This is your short, do or die area. Same thing with NQ. This is your short, and then you basically look for this area as a profit, or 651, 636, any of this line, and then this is not the trade, right? This is not the trade. Either you hold this or you bail out here, then there is no trading here. Then price just plus down. So the moment it touches 95, you have to like hands off, because this is monthly area we are talking about. Okay, so then at 1:30 in Discord, around this time, I said, let me show you. So this is what I am trying to show you. 1106, right? So 1106. Hold on. So 1106 was right here. Okay. So 1106 price was here, right? So this is what I said. 743. 743. See that? This is like after, this is around 12:30. But price was here, I said 743. See? So watch out. 743, 722, which is this level. Okay? 672, 636, 624 in NQ, right? 636, 624, basically this, right? And then 630, 672, which is this level. See that here? So it came after, right? I typed it here. That 743, 722, 672, 636, which is this, 624, right? So now it came there. So that was the target. So if you're watching it, you know here 743 it got rejection, went through 732. This would be your short right here, targeting 672 or 636 or 624. See my point? Now, next statement, 1206. ES is done here between 94 to 82 for today. Okay, and NQ is this 4 lines basically, which is that backup bias area. Going forward, rest of the day, refrain from having lower level shorts. You will get one more short around 698, 722 area later. Then no more short, right? And then this is what, 1207, and then 1:31 p.m. longs may come from here for a time being, right? So 1207. See, I'm giving you the timeline also, so that way you will know where I am going. This is 1207. This is 1:31 right here. Okay, so when NQ reach this 651, closer to this area, right? So you don't want to wait till the last minute. You have to start preparing for longs, and you are done shorting here. So ES was at that time, so ES was 1207. It was touching this 95 line, right? The upper border of this area, higher time frame area, and 82 was the lower border, right? So the signal, not signal, but the timeline was at this time I said ES is almost done here, right? NQ I gave these 4 lines. So when NQ gets there, like here, right, it is done also. Now you are no longer shorting it. You are targeting, you are looking for a long setup now, right? Then you had a flush down, which is around 130 or so, right? So here again I typed it. Here I said longs may come from here for a time being. Now you are more looking into longs at this point, okay? So, and then you can see one more flush down below this level. Then here is the beauty. Came down, pop back up in, again retested this level, shoots off. This was the area to go long somewhere, okay? So NQ, same thing, went through the area, pop back up in, retest this area border, and boom, 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 right? Now here I said also look for shorts, one more shorts around 698 to 722, right, which is this area, correct? But looking at this, right, you have to watch out. If you are long from here, you have to take exit here, but you cannot short here at the first test. You have to see some pause or anything like that, but there was no pause here, like one puke and then boom, right? So there is no short here. Shorts is gone. Once price goes through it, right, you can short higher up like the way I did it, but here I was smart enough. So what I did was I did a micro, only one micro short. My target was this 710, this area, VWAP, okay, and my stop was 780, above this 778 line. So I put like 30 some point stop. My short was 745, target was only this much. Why short now? So I knew that it's already went through this area, so I was basically trying for a price to pull back here to this area, turn into support, and then go higher. In that process I will get my points. That's all. That was the whole idea, and it was exhausted into this dream number. So that's why I pick up this area, but I only choose micro because I was aware that the way price went through it, it's a monthly levels, it can easily go to the top of this area again, you know. So then it pulled back, right? So I was watching, hey, it comes to 722 or 710, you know, so I was holding it, and then damn thing bounced from 723 or 4. See, then it went up again, came down, I was still holding it, and then damn thing, you know, shoots higher, right? So I got stopped out here. Fine, I held it, I did not cut it, I took the loss. It was a micro anyway, who cares, right? So then it just shoots up, right? So at this point your day is over, you know, and then but you can see at the end it came up same to this area. See, this was I was thinking to turn into support, so I can bail out here, right? It came later on, it held as a support and then bounce. See my point? So but anyway, I was not trading at that time, you know, only after this, you know, I was out anyway. But that's how people, you know, monthly level works out. You know, someday monthly level holds it here, price wouldn't go higher above this, and someday like this it will move. Now I also got a long here, you know, but I bailed out because the whole idea is most of the time when day is like this, you know, price will not reverse like this. It will, you know, move up to here, you know, and then chop around here entire day, rest of the day, and it may move tomorrow, you know. So I got long, very good location, 600. I had a long here, I had a long at 604, 621 even I had a long, 615 I had a long. I had a 5-6 longs in this area staged up. But the more it spent time here, you know, I keep adding a long, but then you know what? Then I thought, you know, it's a monthly level top border, you know, I don't wanna, it may just stay here entire day. Usually it does. So I build out right here at 633, 636, 634, you know, right before this move I build out here, and then damn thing moved higher, you know. So but you know, that's how it is. So whatever I gain here, I basically sum of it I give back here in one contract. See, here I had 5 micros, here I had 1, you know. So because I was anyway done here, right? So I was just, you know, testing with micros or trading with micros only at that point. And that's it, you know, that's the end of the day today. Now tomorrow I have no clue, but what I want to see tomorrow is further up move and then Friday down move. That is what I want to see. Tomorrow up move, Friday down move, you know. Now Friday goes up, tomorrow goes up, then Monday, you know, everything can change, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that'll be all for today.